Good evening, everyone. You have just joined the broadcast of When Life Speaks on the Streaming Inspirational Broadcast Network. As we are counting down to our official start, I want you to get your watch parties going, tag, and share. Every program holds great promise, and every program holds great possibilities, and we want you to participate. We have a good thing here, and you know you don't want to keep a good thing to yourself. So now that you've started your parties, tagged and shared with friends, and encouraged them to do the same, are you ready? Great, because it's time for When Life Speaks. Life speaks. It speaks through struggles and success, through music and messages, the preconceived and the unexpected. Whether you are in the depths of the valley or in the midst of your mountaintop experience, everyone needs to be encouraged from time to time. Here we will share stories of strength, testimonies of triumph, verses of victory, observations, and information meant to touch the heart and uplift the soul, to keep you on your path of purpose with power and authority. This is Andrea L. Hines, and I'm your host for When Life Speaks here on the Streaming Inspirational Broadcast Network. I am glad you accepted the invitation to join us tonight. There is something in this broadcast just for you, and if it is going to be a blessing to your life, it will be a blessing to someone else as well. So, did you start your watch party? Did you tag and share someone you know and invite them to join? I certainly hope so, because now it's time to get ready to receive, so that when life speaks, you will speak life. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to When Life Speaks. This is your host, Andrea L. Hines, and thanks so much for tuning in. I'm glad that you are here. We've got new listeners. We've got returning listeners. And those folks tuning in through a watch party, I am grateful to have each and every one of you. Now, I know some of you didn't think you were going to make it tonight, but you did, and I want to celebrate you. We don't do enough of that. We always think it has to be a milestone moment for a celebration. And we do have one of those coming up on May 18th, but that isn't always the case. And we have to celebrate the great things and the small things, especially the little things that we often take for granted. Now, tonight, I celebrate you just for being you and for being unique, and for being fearfully and wonderfully made. And you can celebrate yourself because, well, because you got up. So, hey, happy Thursday. If you're having a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary. We've got to look for a reason sometimes to celebrate. Be intentional. And if you want to share it right now, put it in the comment section and we can celebrate along with you. Now, for me, like quite a few of the faithful listeners out there, I celebrate being a cancer survivor. Yes. And I celebrate the fact that on May 18th, we will be celebrating the 1-year anniversary of When Life Speaks. And we'll be celebrating with our guests. We will be celebrating, hopefully, with many of you that will join us. We celebrate the vendors that will come out. And we celebrate the show itself because we get to come together on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. and lift one another up. We come together and can encourage each other. Those words in the comment section really help. You'd be surprised. And we hear testimonies of triumph. We share information that can often be life changing. I celebrate all of that, every single bit of it. Now, even though this journey we're on called life can be challenging, we have to remember that there are many things we do that insignificant, seem insignificant, but they make a huge difference in someone else's life, and that's what really matters. But it is not easy. It's not an easy road. It takes courage and it takes renewed strength. Now, I have to tell you that I struggled a little bit about how to do the show this evening because, well, for weeks I vacillated between doing a special musical segment or having people call in testimonies about their moms and great memories, because this Sunday is, in fact, Mother's Day. But the more I talked to friends and looked at various messages and posts, the more aware I became of the pain many people feel because they've lost their moms and they miss them so much. This isn't an easy time for them. Now, if you are in that place and space where you've lost your mom, this is a program for you. And if you are a mom who's feeling the weight of being the best mom you can be, this is a program for you. If you're a woman nurturing and guiding, helping to train up a child, biological or not, this is a program for you as well. Even if you never had the benefit of a mother's love, this is still for you. Whatever side of the fence you are on, some days it will just get hard and you will feel like you can't go on, but I promise you that you can. You can and you will. It may take everything you've got, and some days may be more painful than you can imagine. Comforting phrases like, God is still God, and He always has a plan, don't seem to help. But for sure, when we are weak and we don't know if we can make it through another day, remember His strength is perfect. Now, this is a good place for you to turn down the volume of life. Find a quiet place. Take some really deep breaths. And for the next 5 minutes, just close your eyes, not if you're driving, but close your eyes, regain your strength this evening, and just be renewed.
His strength is perfect, so I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. But sometimes I wonder what He can do through me. No great success to show, no glory of my own, yet in my weakness He is there to let me know His strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us
Now, if you don't remember anything else in that song, remember that in His strength, the weak are made strong. Now, if you will allow me to take a little poetic license here, there's something else that I want to share with you. You know, I'm always looking up words and just interested in the meanings of different words. And according to the dictionary, by definition, a mother is a female parent, someone acting as or providing parental stock. It is to give birth, a source of origin, to care for or protect. Now, traditionally, Mother's Day is set aside to honor women who have children. However, based on the dictionary definition, to celebrate Mother's Day is to celebrate women. Because women not only give birth to children, they birth ideas and dreams with the kind of quiet strength only other women can understand. So we want to honor women and enjoy a celebration of God's creation. Okay? When God created woman, He knew every role she would play and placed within her special qualities for each part she'd portray. He gave her traits for motherhood, not based solely on birth, but rather distinctive gifts designed for parenting on earth. He fashioned her heart to hold more love than she ever thought she could, and the space to be forgiving, even when misunderstood. She has unselfish understanding when another's cries are heard, thought-provoking patience when her dreams have been deferred. She can exhibit a quiet meekness when others are around, yet give a look that says she's spoken without uttering a sound. Oh, but never be mistaken, meek and weak are not the same. She'll rise up like a tigress if you cause her loved one's pain. Her hands are never idle. Her thoughts are rarely still. Always doing, in faith pursuing, seeking God to do His will. A wise prayer warrior who can cover, comfort, nurture, and protect. Quick to say, trust God, He's faithful, and He's not finished yet. If you ever hear her praying as tears roll slowly down her face, she is in the presence, thankful for His mercy and His grace. And if a man is blessed enough to find her for his bride, if a man is blessed enough to find her for his bride, to have, to hold, to cherish as she stands strong by his side, he will find extraordinary strength in his ordained helpmeet, and she'll bring out the best in him to make his life complete. You are a woman who's been chosen for God's purpose in this season. You're not here by accident, but for a specific reason. You were meant to give Him glory before the world began, and all that you have been through has been part of His master plan. For everything you've sacrificed, for all that you've been through, the blessings of the Lord are yours, and it is time to celebrate you. So if you've ever wiped a runny nose or given extra hugs, traded encouragement for disappointment, then added lots and lots of love, if you've offered a little guidance or dried a tear from the eyes of a child, perhaps you shared a word of hope, praying fervently all the while. If you've replaced joy for sorrow and somehow continue to do whatever you can for someone else without any praise for you, then you are one of those special women who touches lives along the way, and you meet all of the qualifications to celebrate on Mother's Day. So you remember that teacher that helped to shape your world? Celebrate her. For me, it was my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Simons, who took me to my very first play and planted the seed in me for my love of theater. That aunt that always gives you straight talk but loves you through anyway? Yeah, that's the one. Let her know she's appreciated. Your G-Ma, Nanny, Yaya, Mima, Grandma, Granny, whatever name you choose, let her know how much you love her. Mrs. Jones down the block, and every block had a Mrs. Jones. That woman who is strong enough to influence your village, let her know she's making a difference. And don't forget the church mothers, saying it with love, but saying it, even when you didn't want to hear it, but in later years, you're grateful for it. Don't forget about them. And for those who may be gone, doing something to remember them is the right thing to do. If they fed the homeless, you feed the homeless. If they visited the nursing home, you visit the nursing home in their honor, in remembrance of them. These are the people who were always telling God yes. These are the women who give and give and give, and then give even more. These are the women that are available to do His will His way, always mindful that they are not just here for themselves. They are here for you. Let's listen to this classic. Sit back and enjoy. We'll be right back. am available to show someone the way. I love that song, and I hope you enjoyed it this evening too. I cannot talk about celebrating women, though, without talking about Proverbs 31. The Proverbs 31 woman. And I want to take a moment to read that to you right now and read it from the Message Bible. And it says, a good woman is hard to find. Now, really, we could stop right there, but let me go on. A good woman is hard to find and worth far more than diamonds. Her husband trusts her without reserve and never has reason to regret it. Never spiteful, she treats him generously all her life long. She shops around for the best yarns and cottons and enjoys knitting and sewing. She's like a trading ship that sails to faraway places and brings back exotic surprises. She's up before dawn, preparing breakfast for her family and organizing her day. She looks over a field and buys it. Then, with money she's put aside, plants a garden. First thing in the morning, she dresses for work, rolls up her sleeves, eager to get started. She senses the worth of her work, is in no hurry to call it quits for the day. She's skilled in the crafts of home and hearth, diligent in homemaking. She's quick to assist anyone in need, reaches out to help the poor. She doesn't worry about her family when it snows. Their winter clothes are all mended and ready to wear. She makes her own clothing and dresses in colorful linens and silks. Her husband is greatly respected when he deliberates with the city fathers. She designs gowns and sells them, brings the sweaters she knits to the dress shops. Her clothes are well made and elegant, and she always faces tomorrow with a smile. When she speaks, she has something worthwhile to say, and she always says it kindly. She keeps an eye on everyone in her household and keeps them all busy and productive. Her children respect and bless her. Her husband joins in with words of praise. Many women have done wonderful things, but you've outclassed them all. Charm can mislead, and beauty soon fades. The woman to be admired and praised is the woman who lives in the fear of God. Give her everything she deserves. The women you will celebrate this weekend and in the days ahead, who carry the attributes of the Proverbs 31 woman and the attributes in the poetic verses read tonight, those women have made themselves available to be used by God. And because they have, they are able to be unselfish, nurturing, and encouraging. They're busy and they're productive. They are able to be prayer warriors. They're able to show grace and mercy as God has been gracious enough to give to them. And they possess a certain light, which is the loving light of Christ. When I think of the scripture in Matthew 5:16, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven, I think of the word light, that word light. A light will always pierce the darkness and allow you to see things clearly. A light can also provide warmth and comfort to those who draw near. Now, when a woman is letting her light shine, it can be an extraordinary source of clarity, for she has the ability to shed light on any subject. In light of her life's experiences, you will always find strength behind a wealth of wisdom. Yet when she laughs, her eyes twinkle, reminding you of a delicate candlelight that flickers in a soft breeze. A woman's light can ignite your confidence and creativity, inspiring you to accomplish amazing things. The warmth of her embrace will be a haven where you're made to feel safe and secure, no matter how young, no matter how old. Let your light shine, beautiful women. You possess the light that will illuminate pathways to purpose, pathways to dreams, and the pathway to destiny. Well, that is it for tonight. I certainly hope you enjoyed the program and will indeed celebrate the special women in your life this weekend. Now, keep in mind the May 18th celebration for the one-year anniversary of When Life Speaks. Tickets will no longer be available online after midnight, May the 10th, and no tickets will be sold at the door. We're trying to do some kind of special things, so we need to have that cutoff. So if you're planning to attend, be sure you get your tickets today. And if you want to bless one of those special women in your life that you love on Mother's Day, get her a ticket also, but do it before midnight, May the 10th. And if you just want to treat yourself, because you need to be good to yourself and celebrate yourself, you want to just enjoy an afternoon of food and fun and prizes and surprises and get together with some beautiful people, get your ticket. And hey, bring a friend and come on out. We would be looking for you. It's going to be a great afternoon, and I really, really hope that you will share it with us. I promise you, you will be glad you did. Now, next week, I am going to have a special guest, and I hope things work out. And she's got a story that you don't hear very often. So you really want to be sure that you tune in next week. Mark it on your calendar. Join us Thursday nights, 7 p.m. and receive what you need so that when life speaks, you'll speak life. Good night, everybody.
Life Speaks was produced by Film Studios for the SIBN Network.